dirty this morning. A bit of a clean before we set off this morning. And here we have the finished result. We used some quick detailer and a whole load of microfibers to give the bikes a once over. If you've never done it this way before, you just need to fold the microfibers a couple of times into quarters and use each face, front and back, to wipe the product gently across the surface, pulling the dirt across the panel rather than pushing it across the panel. So each microfiber will probably give you about 8 wipes if you do it this way. On with the video. Good morning everybody, welcome to another video. As you can see, it's a lot drier today. Just literally left the B&B. The leathers are a little bit damp still from yesterday, mostly dried out. I'm hoping quite quickly this morning they'll dry out, particularly the bottoms. But the heat from the exhaust on this will soon sort that job out. First things first though, we need to get some fuel. Showing 126 miles on this tank so far, which is actually pretty good. And even better from that V4 in front, so that's normally a bit of a thirsty girl. Oh, this is much nicer in the dry. And hopefully the gear position sensor will carry on working. That'd be nice as well. So today we've got planned... How far is it, Chris, today? How many miles we got? Not listening. We've got about 5 or 6 hours on the bike today. Quite a few passes. I'll flash the route up. Quite a few passes. It's a bit of a loop within a loop and then an out and back. Good long stint of riding today. Truth be told, should have gone a bit easy on the beverages last night. And it's a slightly later than expected start this morning. Hopefully where we're going there won't be much traffic, many tourists, which is ironic because that's exactly what we are. So we'll catch you shortly. 11.03 litres and 129 miles. Hopefully we should be on our way out of the traffic. Sort of tight little corners like this. Panigale really like being in first gear at low revs around tight corners. So, while you watch some lost English dudes ride pretty averagely around some twisty Italian mountain paths, let's take the opportunity to get to know a little more about this little, when I say little, I actually mean massive, corner of Italy. Hopefully in this video we'll get the chance to answer some important questions, such as did we bring the right bikes? And second, should you get planning a trip down there yourself? The Dolomites. Just the name conjures up images of jagged peaks piercing the sky, hairpin bends that twist and turn, and if you're lucky enough to have brought a motorcycle with you, the echo of each pop of an upshift, the blips on the way down the gearbox and the constant flick from left to right. This place is bloody awesome. Some of the roads we covered on this day included the Fedaya Pass on the Marmolada Glacier, the Pordoi and the Gardiner Pass, the Passo della Herb, and not to forget the Sella Pass, the 2,218 metre high mountain pass between the provinces of Trentino and South Tyrol. Take our word for it, these roads were epic. The Dolomites are also known as the Pale Mountains. They're a mountain range in northeastern Italy. They take the name from the carbonate rock dolomite, named after some 18th century French dude called Ducati de Dolomites, or something like that. He did the sciencey thing of describing it first. Now, come here in the winter and you need a set of skis to get around, or a snowmobile, a sports bike and super courses is probably not a good idea in winter. In the summer though, woof. Now, if you want to do some googling to get you started, look up the Sella Ronda. This is a famous motorcycling route that takes in the Gardiner, Sella, Pordoi and Campolongo passes, including some of the highest paved roads in the area. Both the ascents and descents on these passes are absolutely breathtaking. If you do come here on holiday, you'll have access to a playground for outdoor enthusiasts as well. Fortunately, these lesser mortals that haven't learned to ride a motorcycle don't get in the way of enjoying the area if you are on a bike, and even the cyclists don't get in the way. What you might find though is if you're on a sports bike, you might spend a lot of time in first and second gear. More so if you're on an inline 4, at least on this V-twin, I get to change into second now and again. That was a nice spot of lunch. Bit of a toasted sandwich. Feeling a lot better after that. Whistle wetter. Look at those places up there. I mean, that is just epic. I know a GS or a Multistrada would be the ideal bike to travel to the Dolomites, some form of tour or something like that, but when you're here you need something fun, flickable, and if I'm honest, something like a Supermoto would be an absolute riot on these roads. After a quick stop for a drink and gelato, we were on our way again. Now remember what I said about what this place looks like in winter, or at least any time other than the middle of summer. Here's a comparison of what this very same section looks like in April, and just so you have a frame of reference, this is the SP641 or the Fedaya Pass. Now unfortunately the cameras were off when we passed Lake Fidaya, which is about half a mile behind us, but this Google Map image will have to do for now. If you do come here though, pick the restaurant on the northeastern side of the lake. The one we picked was run by some right grumpy buggers, or maybe they just didn't like noisy bikes, I don't know. Now, the descent from up here was also epic. Even when you're bimbling down like we weren't in any rush, and there were times like this when covering the ground quickly is given a back seat to taking in the surroundings. I think one of the things I'd really like to do is come back in the car and see what it's like with a V8 rather than a V12 echoing off the peaks, while also, naturally, being able to take in more of the surroundings. Right now though, I'm going to do the right thing and be quiet and let you enjoy this descent. Those cable cars going, they look like they're having fun. Yeah, likewise. Right, back to the bikes. Question for you. Do 200 brake horsepower super bikes belong out here, or is it a waste of machinery? One thing I'll say straight away is that they're obviously wasted on us, and every other normal human that isn't a bona fide racer. But does that even matter? Does it matter that we barely used third? Does it matter that we weren't absolutely spanking up and down these mountains? I'm going to say no. Well, I've no doubt that this ride will be just as much fun on anything that even has a small nod to cornering ability. What actually matters is enjoying it on whatever you bring. As I mentioned earlier, a couple of supermotos would be an absolute riot. I think even a pair of scooters would be a giggle, even if they might struggle to get up the steeper bits. There's something to be said about doing this on the bikes you'd not normally expect to. A bit like going on a Euro trip on a Lotus Elise, for those car fans and monsters. And we all know it's not really made for the journey, with zero luggage capacity. It's basically the sports bike of the car world. This channel isn't about the best way of doing things. If you watched any of the other videos, you'll have worked this out by now. It's just the way we do it. So, insert disclaimer here. If, however, by watching this video it makes you want to plan a trip anywhere, and that's anywhere at all, then that's our job done. You don't even need to get to the Dolomites. Just find some nice roads where you live, or a short trip away, and get it done. Hopefully there'll be one more video on this series to include the stop off at Misano for World Ducati Week. But I've had a bit of an issue with my memory card on my phone, so I'll see what footage we've got left and see if there's enough there to make a video. For some reason when I upgraded my phone, I was going to transfer all the footage across, but for some reason it didn't. So slightly annoying, but can't do much about it now, can I? But if you're enjoying this video and any of the videos you watched and you're not subscribed, please do. It'll really help the channel, really helps the channel grow. Drop us a like if you do like it. If you don't like it, say you don't like it and tell us why in the comments below. It'd be really appreciated.
Yeah, man. Oh, we're still good. We're still good. Still good. It goes back up to the left here.
Now the next couple of clips are a couple of decent sections, so like I did earlier, I'm going to be quiet for a bit, but feel free to skip ahead if you want to. Back with you soon.
Oh, hello. I was watching the video of this earlier. Well, we just stopped off a bit of a bite to eat. Same place we went to last night, actually. And if I remember to find out where the actual place is, I'll put it on the screen. It's literally the last 5k's back to the B&B. We've done a couple of 100k's today, something like that. 6 passes. Some of them we did twice, and that's not a bad thing. But hopefully in this video you've seen a bit of the footage of us riding round. I haven't done much talking throughout that, but I can't concentrate on 2 things at once. I didn't fancy going off a cliff edge, so hopefully you've enjoyed the footage so far. If you have, please like and subscribe. We'll carry on with our trip. We go to Misano tomorrow for World Ducati Week. So it depends how the edits go and how it gets cut up. Depends whether you see this in one video yesterday or today, or it gets split up. Again, it depends how much footage I've got, so or how much interesting footage I've got. So So body's pretty shattered, I'll be honest. I've been out about 6 hours on the bike. So yeah, not a bad day all in. And ready to chill out back at the B&B. So thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Bye. This is the slippiest floor ever. I'm going to talk some bollocks. Yeah, I'm going to talk some bollocks to the camera.